y'all, this is Straight from the Coffin with two goths in a coffin. I'm Amari.
And I'm Jude.
And we are back with a new series. I know y'all missed us.
Mm-hmm.
I know y'all missed us. You know, I'm sure y'all had a great time listening to us talk about Interview with a Vampire. But as I said before, some things have to come to an end for a short time, because I'm sure we will talk about it again at another moment. But, you know, don't worry about that. So, yeah, we're coming with a new series. It's going to be a 5-part series. And we're going to be talking about
vampire movies that we love.
Yes. And we are starting with Sinners, because we have wanted to talk about this for like a while.
Now we keep saying, should we talk about Sinners, and now we're actually talking about Sinners.
Now we're talking about Sinners, and you know, I feel like it's a perfect time to talk about it now that, you know, some of the annoying white peoples on the Twitter want to suddenly act like it's not all that.
Really?
Yes.
I haven't seen any of that.
It's so annoying. They're like, I'm like, y'all waited, what? How long has it been? Like 5 months or so? And now y'all want to be like, well, actually, you know, it's not that good. Weapons was better.
What?
First of all, yes.
That's incorrect. Just
What?
like, I know opinions are subjective. That's just wrong. That's literally incorrect that Weapons is a better movie than Sinners.
But we're also haters.
Yeah.
We can talk about Weapons another time. But
Yes.
we have thoughts on Weapons.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure by the time this goes out, Jude's gonna already have talked a little bit.
One of my, I would say, meta grievances, more like a grievance with Zach Cregers himself. Who's really irritating me.
But that's not the point today.
No,
today we're
not.
talking about Sinners, and oh my gosh, I really do love this film so much.
Yeah.
I saw it. How many times did I see it? I think I saw it like 3 times.
You've seen it like 4.
But in theaters, I saw it twice. 2 or 3 times. Was it 3 times?
You've seen it 3 times in
Oh
theaters.
yeah, 3 times. Yes. Because I saw. Oh yeah, that's right. Because I saw
watched
it
2 times
twice.
on your own, and then you watched it with me in Celadon.
That's right.
Again.
I watched it twice on the 70 millimeter, and then once without it. And you know what? I cried every single time.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to admit it. In fact, the second time I cried so much, I gave myself a panic attack. I was blubbering because, like, I don't know, it was already a weird time, and on my way driving back home, I was just like, like literally, I was a little concerned.
Oh no!
But it's just that good. Like, it just like really causes all these feelings in me, and it's so beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember watching the movie when we saw it the first time, the 70 millimeter. I remember thinking, like, this is the dumbest thing I think to think, but it's just like, this is a movie. Like, this is a movie.
Yeah.
Like, pretty early on, I had the thought, like, oh, this is a movie. Because I feel like a lot of other movies I had seen recently weren't movies.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
No, I get you.
Like, if, like, they weren't, like, I'm here using this medium to do this thing. It's more like I'm making a series of screenshots for people to post on Twitter. Whereas Sinners, I was like, this is a movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, you can really feel all the intentionality and thought that was like really put into it, and the heart that was put into it. We'll really get into it. I think like there may be some like analysis here, but there's been people who really talked in depth about a lot of like, you know, the Delta Blues, and I've talked in depth about other little like historical aspects who like are really well versed in these things. And so we're not going to attempt to like talk in depth about those things. We're just going to
gush about the movie because we love it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So, you know, by this point, hopefully you've seen Sinners.
God,
I
hope so. It's one of the highest grossing films of all time. I hope you've seen it.
You better have. And if you haven't, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I would advise you to go watch that right now and then come back and still listen to us. But make sure you come back, though, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so like, I guess like, what do you want to start with? Like, oh my God, it's just, this movie is so rich. I think one of my favorite things is just like the characters.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
I have such a soft spot for Sammy. I have such a soft spot for Annie, and I have like a very soft spot for the twins.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see a lot of people talk about the twins, how like we have talked about the twins.
I am obsessed with the twins, and I feel like especially the gothic element of the relationship of the twins is never really spoken about. Like, this is very much a Southern Gothic like movie, and the twins themselves are very gothic in their codependency. The fact that it is the same actor twice, so it is that almost like that gothic element of doubling. I once sent this to I don't know, I was just like, I find it so interesting that like their names are Elijah and Elias, which is the same name. I was
hoping you would bring that up.
Yeah, it's the same name, just I think one's Hebrew origin and the other is Greek, but it's the same name. They have the same name. And something I had picked up on, I think on one of my rewatches, is that if one they never have two cigarettes, they always share one cigarette. It's always just passed forth between them, and then there's just this like idea of like they are an extension of the other person, and it's so interesting.
I think the thing that like when I really started to get really attached to him is recognizing also like the trauma that they like experience and the things they experience has really shaped how they protected each other and how they look out for each other. And even like beyond that, how they interact with like the world around them. Because Stack, his father, their father was abusing them. And specifically beat him, and that's when, Smoke was like, all right, you gotta get up out of here. You gotta get up out of here. And so like Stag has had to know like how to talk to people, and I feel like that's a representation of him having to like try to like diffuse situations probably with like within like that household. And then you have Smoke, who's very much the protector, and he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna do what I need to do. And so he doesn't get to be as like soft on the outside as I see in him, like the way that like he treats the little girl, the young girl with their truck, and how he's like tries to like teach her in a way that even when he shoots up those folks who was stealing from his truck, he doesn't kill them, and he pays for
the guys to be like taken care of.
But like he's like, well, I can't. Basically, he can't show weakness because he has to make sure that he keeps that image so that he's able to like take care of people around him and do what he needs to do. He's not allowed to like show weakness or show softness. And the only time we start to see him like outwardly allow that to like be shed is like with Andy, and I still love their relationship a lot, but I just love them so much. I'm so obsessed with it.
Yeah, I also think something we didn't really talk about that I've kind of thought about is like another gothic element of their whole deal is the way that the specter of their father hangs over them.
Yes.
He's not there, but he's also like a constant presence. Like just by the nature of like how they behave. Like the two ways in which they like interact with the world is informed by their experience with their father. When they tried to go to the new the different town, the that place in Arkansas that they had gone to, they were turned away because they knew their father. They were like, your father was an evil man, so you're evil as well. And it's just the specter of the father.
Yes.
That, because I think it may have been Guillermo del Toro that was like talking about the Gothic, and that the Gothic is very preoccupied with the past and the hanging, like the cloying nature of like the past, like just being there.
Yeah, always just like haunting over you, like hovering above, just always there. It clings.
Yeah, it's kind of like Smoke. But and also I think of that scene where like he's dying and Annie says, "Put out that cigarette. I don't want any of that smoke getting on the baby." Kind of like, you don't need that anymore.
Right.
That thing that you've had to be.
Yeah. Stop! No, I'll literally start crying. Sometimes I start tearing up thinking about this. It's so embarrassing. I'm like, no, my Shaylas.
Yeah, I love them. I love them so much. Their relationship is so fascinating to me. There's like so many hints of the history they share that they don't like outright look into the camera and they're like, this is what this means. But also, speaking of Annie, when Stack is just like, you're gonna let her get in between us again.
I need to know what that means so badly. Because like, I want to know the specifics. Yeah. Because I think it's like, because like they have been so, again, once again, codependent on each other all this time. But now you have also Annie, who does allow like Smoke to like be this other person. I'm sure there is like some like friction there.
Yeah, because if we also think about like them and their like romantic relationships, Smoke got married and had a baby, and Stack, he was like manipulating things to like have that not happen. Yeah, like he wanted to be with Mary, but he was like, that's not realistic, and got her married to somebody else. Yeah, and was just like, that's just not what I'm gonna go for many reasons. But it's like him not having that romance, because he could have gone with someone else. Right. There's lots of people. Right. He's not like, I mean, he's very handsome. I know, very charismatic. He can get any way you want. So, but and then the fact that and then the fact that Smoke left Annie for 7 years to go off with Stack to Chicago. It's like, I don't know, I guess maybe because she's very understanding, because she knows what they are to each other. I don't know that I would be that chill if he rolled back up 7 years later to leave her to grieve the baby on her own. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's some real shit. 'Cause I've been like, get him out of here. And it's like, get him out of here.
I'm surprised you still know how to get here.
Like, I need to grovel somewhere.
But yeah, like they are very, very codependent. Yeah. And like, it kind of feels like it's them above everyone else. Right.
I mean, honestly, there's something that Ryan Coogler said. How like they are each other's community. Like everyone's always searching for community, but they were like born with that community. And I just feel like it shows how intertwined like they really are, and it's so good. I eat it up. I really eat it up, and I really wish like people did like talk about it more, because I want to see what people like. I want people to like really like really analyze it. But like when it came out, everyone was just talking about their romantic relationships, which is also really great, especially like Annie and Smoke's relationship, because we don't see a lot of relationships like that at all. But like, I'm like, but what about the twins' relationship? Like, it's so there's so much there. There's so much to dig into.
Yeah. I remember walking, like, that was the thing that stuck with me the most because of the way that I am. I was like, God, what's going on with them is crazy. Yeah. When Stack dies and Smoke says he was the best thing about me.
Right. God. Yeah. Like, it fucks me up. Which is why, like, Smoke this entire time has been like so stone faced and like, very like able to navigate whatever. But as soon as like he's gone, you see all of that just like,
yeah. If it hadn't been for, I don't even think just Annie, if it hadn't been for everybody in the juke joint, I'm guaranteed that Smoke would have stepped out.
Oh, he would.
There's multiple points where he would have been like, I'm going.
Yeah.
Because I can't not.
100% he would have walked out there.
Yeah. There's a couple times I have to be like, hey, listen, look at me. And he's just like, I don't know. My brother's out there. I gotta go.
Right. Oh, no. Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. And as you said, I love Annie and Smoke as well. I do love how they work together. Mm-hmm. Even despite like the past and like despite the fact that he does leave her to like grieve by herself, and they still, when they come together, there is like an understanding between them. And when she says something, he's like he listens and he takes into account whatever she says and allows her to like, you know, lead on this piece when they're like trying to figure out what's going on. Like, he knows that he needs to
I genuinely love
let him
that part in the movie.
Let her like
nothing is more, and it's one of the things where I'm like, I understand that it's a movie and these things have to happen, but like when a movie like has the premise and then the characters in it are very resistant to the premise, so like, if they're like a vampire, that's crazy. But like the minute Annie's like, I think this is a spirit, they're like, I guess it's a spirit.
Like, and I love that. I love that they like listen to her, and I love that it's also very much rooted in like her spirituality that's separate from this like Christian religion that we see is such an opposing piece in the film. That's also a really thing I really love, just like this like appreciation for like our ancestral spirituality that and has been so like demonized, which I feel like goes along with like also how the Delta blues was like basically called like devil's music, like like these aspects that are like so rooted in like where we've come from, being like treated as like demonic, but like in this film is showing that those are the things that actually like saves them. So
and I watched this movie with my mom for her birthday. But I remember one of the things that she was saying like is there's this like expectation in the church that like if you are talented, you have to make it. It has to be. You have to make Christian music. Yeah, it has to be for God. Any gifts you have to use those gifts in the church or in some capacity, like in a churchy Christian way. And my mom's like, not everybody is called to do that. There are some people who are and some people who aren't. And so like this taking away, like trying to like stifle Sammy and make him follow this very narrow path of like, this is the correct way to hone your talent inside of this like larger oppressive structure that is the Christian church, the Southern Baptist church, is, I think it's really, I love the fact that the story several times addressed how the church has been an oppressive force on people of color. It's a tool of colonialism. And like cultural imperialism. And
when like his father is like talking to him, even at the beginning, the fact that he has this like flashback of Remick was also this oppressive force, and so like the fact that like they're like layered over each other, that little flash, like I felt that was really
in lots of ways Remick's like flock of vampires could also be seen as a congregation of sorts.
Yes.
Especially when they're all standing there saying the Lord's Prayer together.
Right. And, oh my God.
Yeah, I think it's very like you said, and I love how it's that changes, like how you view that scene changes from the first time you see it to when it comes back again.
Like, oh, shit.
And you're like, that has a different connotation, whereas the beginning it's like, oh, Sammy's having flashbacks to what happened, but now you're like, no, Sammy is connecting these dots.
Yes. God, I had children now. just thinking about it, I'm like, oh my God.
I love it. I love the intentionality of this movie.
Yeah, from beginning to end, like truly, it's just so good. But like, and even along those lines, like when you're talking about the church, it also just it's so personal to me, obviously. I'm Black and queer, like it's very personal to me, and so that's why I'm jumping ahead and just like, because it's on my mind right now, but it does make me think about how a lot of people who have like reacted to how they reacted to this film, and how like some of the white queer people have had to find other ways to like bring queerness into it by like being like, Remix queer, then, you know, and I'm like, okay. When meanwhile, when like the rest of us, like, we don't need that because it's right there. It's so blatant. It's already.
I literally feel like Sammy's narrative in general could be seen as queer.
Exactly, without trying to queerify the like white violence that's happening on the screen, or like at the very least, if you're going to like try to like make it into that, be very realistic. What that is. It is violence.
Yeah.
And it's really icky. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like if we're gonna explore it, then like explore it for what it is, which is predation.
Yeah.
Which you can do. I think that could be an interesting avenue for like exploration, but like keep that at the core of it.
Right.
You know, don't make it something it's not.
Right.
For the sake of being like, actually, I think the white villain may have been fine, actually. It's like, no, that's not really what's going on here.
He was trying to like help him, you know.
No, because he wasn't.
Like, exactly.
Like,
he tried to act like that he was coming and trying to be this like savior, but it's basically him trying to get them to like assimilate, basically. It's like it's like assimilation versus like staying in tune with your culture.
There was a person who had pointed out that when Sammy was doing the song and kind of summoned the ancestral spirits, that there was space in there for like the Chow's ancestral spirits, and there was they were all kind of like these different spirits all in the same space, but when Remick was singing his song, everyone was marching to the beat.
Right.
So it's like this embracing of community that we see with Sammy and his gift versus this forced assimilation to make Remick happy, essentially. Because that's what Remick wants. Remick wanted Sammy so that he could see his ancestors again through Sammy, but he didn't value Sammy as a person. He valued Sammy as a tool.
He wanted to get what he wanted
as an
out
instrument.
Of it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It was never actually about Sammy.
No, it's about what Sammy could do for him.
Exactly.
He didn't see him as a person. He saw him as like a means to an end. Like, oh, I want this thing and you can give it to me.
Exactly. But then try to wrap it up nicely.
Yeah. Fellowship and love and all that.
Okay. Like, I don't know, you got the clan behind you.
When that lady was like, we're starting a new clan,
I was like, oh,
that's
God.
about fellowship. But that's why I was like, fellowship and love. And I was like, I don't think this is good.
We're just gonna close the door.
Yeah,
but
I don't want any, unfortunately.
Fortunately, someone had to go back out there, and maybe we should get into how we feel about Mary, because
oh yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about Mary because Mary's the one piece of this film that I don't like her.
She's the weakest part of the movie to me.
Yeah.
I feel like we could remove her and
or at least
to make her a much smaller
to make
part.
her a smaller part. 'Cause I do feel like it does work that like she is so like distanced from like Black culture and like the privilege that she experiences as a like very white passing woman. She's white. She has Black heritage, but like she presents to the world as like a white person. Yeah. And the risk that she like brings by coming and I get you want to like be with family, you know, right after your like mother passed, but like she never really thinks about anyone else.
No. One of the things that did kind of annoy me is that no one says to her directly that she
is putting everyone in danger.
Yeah, because like they're like, you could be killed. Stack could be killed.
Yeah.
Because you're running your mouth loudly at a train station in fact, fucking Mississippi.
That's what would have happened.
Yeah. She
may or may not, but he for sure would have been killed.
Yeah. And they say that when it comes to the white vampire lady, but that also applies to Mary.
Yeah.
That she presents the exact same danger to them, but she refuses to see that. Yes. And she keeps literally like shoving herself into a space that like she doesn't really belong in. But she wants to be there because she feels entitled to that space.
Yes.
And it's her entitlement that gets Stack killed.
Exactly.
As a vampire, like, turned into a vampire. Because she's like, I can go out there and they'll listen to me and then I can come right back in here and it'll all be fine. And it's not.
That's straight up, like, privilege that you feel like you can go do that. Even though everyone else has already been like, well, we don't want these folks here. We're closing the door. And that's that. For you to go back behind and be like, well, I think I can, like, work this out. And I'm like, there's a reason why they didn't want them inside in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because there is a danger.
They gave him the creeps also, like, because Annie was like, it's not just that, there's something off. And they were like, yeah, I think there's something off.
Yeah.
But,
so, like, on one hand, I do think it kind of works to show that, like, yeah, she's kind of distanced from, like, the culture, and she does, like, have this, like, entitlement, and so of course she goes out there and she's the one who basically brings in the danger into the juke joint. So, like, that piece works, but I do feel like there's too much of her outside of that.
Yeah. I also think that the general, like, audience reaction to Mary irritates me.
That pisses me off
because
so
I don't see
badly.
enough people discussing this.
Yes,
about
no
her.
one does. They just act like she's like, I don't know, like,
I don't know.
I don't even know. Like, they just, like, they eat her up, honestly. And I'm like, weird. And the fact that so many people, like, really center her and Remick so much.
Disgusting.
Like, I wanted, like, a cute little, like, print to put up on my wall, to go up on my little vampy little wall that I got going on. And so I looked up, like, Sinner's prints, just, like, on Etsy. That was a mistake.
Yeah, that's your first mistake.
I know, whatever. And, like, there was a few, like, Smoke and Stack things, but for the most part, it was Mary and Remick.
I can't imagine coming out of that movie and being like, Mary was my favorite character.
That's crazy. Like, I didn't see anything for Annie.
That's insane to me.
Nothing for Pearline, my two wives, like, the baddest bitches on the screen.
I also have to say that, like, of course I was like, oh, cool, Ryan Coogler is making a vampire movie. But when they said, and Wunmi Masaki was going to be in it, I'm like, everyone shut the fuck up.
Oh, yeah, I know, same.
I'm going to be there.
Have y'all watched His House? You need to watch it.
That was the first movie I ever recommended to you.
I know, and I'm glad that you did.
You were like, I want to watch a horror movie, and I was like, I got you.
Changed my life, y'all.
It changed mine, and then I've been waiting to see Wunmi Masaki in something that's really good again, and then this came out, and I was so happy. She's so good.
She's so good.
In horror.
Apparently she doesn't really like horror, though.
That's
but guess
thing.
what? I need you to give me more anyway.
I need you to do more. I need you to be in more. You're so good at it.
Please.
If you haven't seen His House, watch it. It should still be on Netflix, but I don't know where it's at. Because it was a Netflix. I don't know if it was made for Netflix, but I know it was, like, heavily promoted there.
Perhaps. I actually don't know, though. I didn't check beforehand.
Anyway, you should watch it. It's really good. It's a great haunted house movie.
Yeah.
That's also about a lot of other things.
Yes. Yeah. A lot of really,
as most haunted house movies are, they're about something else. This movie is really about something else. Anyway, she does a great job.
Yeah.
But,
recommend it.
Anyway, all that to say,
the fact that they are centering these two white characters, because I mean,
for all intents and purposes, Mary is white.
Yeah. And yeah. Like,
also, the thing that really irritated me was the times when they tried to make it seem like it was obvious that she wasn't white in some way.
I was like,
I'm just like, she could not possibly look whiter unless she was, like, blonde.
I know.
When Sammy's just like, what are you? What do you think?
Come on, Sammy.
Use your eyes.
Sammy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah. Anyway, that was crazy. But yeah, something I.
You know, actually, I do have one other thing. Yes. Because, like, the other thing that pisses me off is, like, I just like the the fact that no one talks about her and, like, what she does and how she's the one who really, like, kicks off all of this. Meanwhile, has way more smoke for like Grace, which like she's still like both like there is still like there was like some like selfishness in Grace's move, but like hers at least is rooted in the fact that she was worried about her daughter and that she just got verbally assaulted by that white man.
He sexually harassed her.
Yeah, he verbally sexually harassed by that white man.
Yeah.
Just 2 seconds ago, speaking in her language, stealing, you know, the very thoughts from like her husband. Like, of course, she's like, what the?
And also, she feels guilty because she told Bo, go get the car ready, and he got killed and turned into a vampire. So she's holding all this guilt of. He wouldn't, and she says that he wouldn't have gone out there if it weren't for me.
Yeah.
And then this guy's now threatening her daughter, and so now she's thinking, I didn't just kill my husband, I'm about to get my daughter killed because of this. And people were like, they kept saying that Remick was only there for Sammy. There was a huge group of people. He could have told 1 or 2 to go back to town and turn the rest of the town, and it would have happened. There's no telling what could have happened. Right. And honestly, one of the things I thought was going to happen was they were going to set the juke joint on fire and make them run out.
I know. I was kind of surprised. I know. Like, I was like, but I mean, you don't even think about the logic.
I know, but I'm like, they're literally sitting ducks in there. Right. That it's like, while they can't get in, anything could be happening outside.
Right.
And the other thing is like, it really irritates me when people are like, if I were in that situation, I would do something different. How do you know? Have you ever been trapped in a building when a bunch of vampires are outside threatening to kill you and trying to get them to come inside? No, you haven't. And they didn't kill your husband either. So like you don't know what you would do in that situation.
Do you think Grace was like thinking super like rationally, and like even then, like what is rational at that in that moment? So
and also we know that even if they had stayed in the building, the next day they were going to get attacked by the KKK, and all the guns were outside.
Yeah, I mean, like she didn't know that, but that is something I wanted to talk about too, because like
the point is, no matter there is no getting out of the situation, they are inherently doomed. They're doomed by the narrative. Exactly. No one was going to get out of there except for Sammy.
Yes.
There was no chance.
Yes. And that was something else I had wanted to bring up, that like it, like even after like getting through, like if they had all gotten through the whole like vampire mess, the fact that the horror is still there, because you find out that like the KKK were like literally showing up the next day.
Yeah.
And I think that's just.
And there's like we had watched it again to refresh our memories, that when I forget which twin is like touching the floor and he goes, did you clean these floors? And he goes, yeah. He goes, what was on them?
Oh yeah.
And then it's just like, ooh.
Like, because then the happened before, not
the son,
something
the
similar?
nephew later says that the place is a slaughterhouse. It's a killing floor.
Like,
so I'm like, how many times have they done this?
Yeah.
Because they sold it to him so easy.
Yeah. Something was
off.
wasn't, I don't know, something's weird about that. It's not great.
No.
It's not great.
One of my favorite like little jokes though is like when Smoke and Stack are like, yeah, well, we got a ton of guns. It's like, I left them in the car. It's like, why didn't you remind me? I told you to remind me. I love their back and forth there.
I love them.
Like, why didn't you remind me? I told you to remind me.
My family. I really do love them.
Yeah, and I want to be a little annoying, and I want to talk craft because I'm irritating.
Oh yeah, go for it. I'm gonna leave that for Jude, because Jude is the expert on this. Go for it.
Oh God, calling me an expert's crazy. I did 1 semester of film school, so I'm basically an expert in film. But something we had talked about a little bit earlier was about the intentionality. Yeah. And one of the things I think really contributes to that intentionality is the format.
Yes.
Because it's on 70 millimeter fucking
It was
film.
Gorgeous, by the way, y'all.
Gorgeous, but we had our guy, I almost said little guy. We had our little guy in the theater who showed us how long, like, a couple seconds of film are on that, like, reel. And it's huge. And it's expensive. Ooh, it's expensive.
Ooh-wee.
So in order to do that, you have to be so intentional. And you can really feel that, like, every shot in that movie was so thought out. And the fact that they did these great, like, special effects with that, the compositing that you have to do in order to have the smokestack twins in the same frame, which means you film every scene twice.
Yeah.
So you have to be especially intentional because you know that you're using double the film for any scene that both of those guys are in. And then inside of those scenes, putting in tiny little details. Like when we rewatched it, we noticed that when they first introduced the smokestack twins and they're leaning by the car, in the distance are two birds circling.
That's right.
And then when the guy, the KKK guy shows up, a third bird enters into the rotation. And I'm like, it's not even in focus, it's in the far background, but it's there, which is crazy.
It's crazy. The thought.
But yeah, I thought that was real. Like, I just am, like, blown away by all the little details. Also, like, there's a bit early on that we also pointed out that when the first shot of the sun, when it's it's got that refraction, so it looks like two suns. And I'm like, it also looks like a vampire bite, as like vampire bite, but also two suns, the twins. But also, it kind of looks like, and I don't know if this was a point of inspiration or visual inspiration, but there's an experimental vampire film from the 90s called Nausea.
Oh, I forgot.
And in it, there's a very similar shot of the sun that I watched the movie recently, and I was like, oh, that looks a lot like the shot from Sinners. So it's like there's all these little nods to like vampire canon, like visual like nods, and like because you had said also that someone pointed out that there's a reference to the Bela Lugosi Dracula.
Yeah, what Remake says to Sammy.
Yeah, we'll make sweet music, like the reference to the Bela Lugosi being like, the children of the night, what sweet music they make. And I love that. I love it. I know,
eating it up. Just eating it up.
I'm obsessed with that. Sometimes I feel like some people.
The way I already know.
Some people want to make a movie within a genre that you can tell they don't really like, or they're not super into. But it really feels like Ryan Coogler was like...
Yeah. No, I just, like, watched a video of him talking about, like, he really enjoys horror, and he can't believe, like, he hadn't, like, done anything like this before. And so, like, being able to do this was just, like, getting to let people know even, like, more about him. And then, like, yeah, so that's...
Like, I feel like right now horror's kind of like the it girl. Like, everyone wants to make a horror movie, but not a lot of people are good at it, and not a lot of people know what is scary. Or, like, not scary, but, like, what is good horror.
Yeah. I think a lot of people don't really, like, truly love horror, so they don't really get it.
Yeah.
They're just, like, just gonna make it kind of scary and little, and, you know, pretend to add some fake-ass meaning to it, and then I'm done. And I'm like... Okay.
Yeah.
Are you about to go on? You look like you're ready to like.
No, I was just like, there's just a many such cases.
Yeah, I know.
Of, like,
in the last couple of years,
where it's like people have seen how powerful horror can be, both like as a story and also culturally, like how it can stick, and so people are like, do that again, do it again. But like, you need to understand the genre you're working in and the subgenres.
And you can tell that like Ryan Coogler really understands the genre. He was when that little video I watched, like he was talking about like Stephen King and all these things. Like you can tell he really does truly love horror, and he did this in like such a really masterful way.
It's so good. One of the things I also love about the movie is that it really spend the time that it lets you spend with the characters before things start happening.
Yes.
It almost like not one to one, but like similarly, like, you know, when you watch like the movie Alien, that it's like the first 45 minutes of it are just you hanging out with the crew, and then when people start dying, you're like, no. oh,
yeah,
so-and-so's gone.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same with, like, that sort of, like, we're spending a lot of time with these people, letting you understand the dynamics between everybody, letting you understand, like all of these pieces as they're coming together, so that when it does, like, fucking kick off, you are invested. You feel as much fear for this community as they do.
Yeah.
Because a lot of movies, I feel like lately have just been trying to rush the exposition to
Yeah.
get into the thing, and it's like, okay, but I don't care about these people.
So I don't exactly. Oh my god, honestly, that is so true. Like, I think people need to remember that, like, the characters are very important in your
unless you're making like a straight up and down slasher.
Yeah.
But you've got to commit to that.
Exactly.
You can't try and straddle the line.
Exactly.
Otherwise you're going to make a weak movie either way.
Your audience is not going to give a fuck.
Yeah.
Otherwise.
Yeah. That's just how it is. And then, speaking of, we got to talk about the scene. The scene. I remember when I was watching that scene, I was like, everyone's going to be talking about this scene.
Yeah.
As I was watching, I was like, everyone's going to talk about this scene.
Holding my breath, crying at the same time.
It was so great. The fact that the audacity to do a oneer with 70 millimeter that will require effects in post.
Listen.
And it's so long. That's a long fucking scene. And the fact that it is, I'm pretty sure it's a oneer. Like when they talked about it, that's just one continuous shot, which is crazy to do. And the everything's moving. Things are coming in and out of the frame. The camera is moving through the space and everything. The pan up to the, it's crazy. It's insane.
I loved it. And it, not just even that, but like what it really like means, and like this love for, like, you know, the Delta blues music, and then how it's like shaped and inspired these other genres of music.
And where it came from. Yes. And so it's just like this continuous line from the past through the present to the future, where it all, like, you know, just this continuation of culture and the evolution of culture.
Right.
And it's just amazing. And to do that scene completely visually, not really super, like, explain, this is what we're doing. Yeah. Just to show it.
Yeah.
The fundamental tenet of film, which is show, don't tell. And they fucking did it. That madman.
God damn it. Yeah. Shakes my fucking fist at the fucking clouds, like... Ooh.
And I also love that it's kind of weird. Like, it really just, like, puts you in this liminal space of, like, removed and also entrenched in time.
Yeah.
Where it's, like, you're just there to experience these waves of feeling and emotion. That's so great. They did such a good job.
It's literally so amazing. Like,
so amazing.
God, I was so, after watching it, like, I was like, I need to feel this again. Like, I need to feel this again. Like,
the high
like rush.
Especially when we watch in the 70 millimeter and it switches the aspect ratio.
That was crazy.
Are
you, like, for real right now?
I know. I felt like an insane person. I was like, what the fuck? Because this screen is like, what, like 5 stories tall? Right, and I was just all... It's like all spectacle, but not like spectacle for the sake of spectacle. It's crazy. It's so amazing. And that's another time I thought, like, this is a movie.
Right. Okay, wait. Here's an important question.
Yeah.
That's not on our, you know,
little bullet point list.
Yeah. So people have talked about it so far, Jude. Do you I'm being silly right now. Do you consider this to be a horror musical?
No.
And why not?
I
You don't have to give a real reason. I
mean, like, the reason is, like, while there are, like, a good amount of, like, original songs in the movie, to me, it's a musical if, like, the music is the vehicle for storytelling.
Right.
Whereas, like, the music in this movie is a aspect of the larger narrative that's being told, because the movie is very much talking about the ways in which the especially the Black Southern community have, like, used music as a vehicle to explore and feel and circumvent pain.
Healing, like
as a vehicle for healing from
right.
like this generational trauma.
Right.
So of course there's going to be music because music is so crucial to the narratives being told in the movie, which is about that sort of site of racial trauma and violence, which then gave birth to the music. So yeah, no, it's not a musical.
Okay, I ate that a little bit.
There's a couple of things I can do really well, and one of them is come up with an argument and support it very quickly.
So, very good, very good.
Yeah.
Okay, period.
Also, like, to me, whenever it's a musical, it's like they're not singing in a musical. Like, when the song is happening, they're not actually singing.
Yeah.
It's just a way to express the emotion that is actually just being spoken. Mm-hmm. But the music is a narrative tool to help push forward the emotion being communicated in that scene, whereas they're just singing in Sinners. They've stopped the speaking to sing. So it's different. You know?
Yeah, no, I see. All right, you get an A+ on this exam right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I once had someone try and argue with me that's not a horror movie because I was just like, you're incorrect.
What?
Yeah.
Now
they were like, it's a thriller, and I was like, look me in the eyes.
Are you?
To me, there is such a thin line between thriller and horror that in most cases, to me,
it don't really matter anyway.
It doesn't really matter unless it's a spy thriller. That's separate.
Oh yeah.
Every other thriller, I'm like, that could be horror.
You know, or a lot of these like action thrillers. Yeah, they're heavy on like.
Yeah, an action thriller that's different. Yeah. Just most thrillers, that's pretty horror to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, my tiny soapbox, the term psychological thriller was created so that Silence of the Lambs could win the Best Picture without them having to say they let a horror movie win. So psychological thriller, to me, is not a legitimate genre. It's just a snooty way of saying it's a horror movie, but you have to think about it a little, too.
And I still think Black Swan is a horror because of that. Yeah.
People trying to say it's not a horror movie?
People are just people. I do people. I mean, no, I don't. Cutting that out. No, I do see people say that. And I'm like, there's body horror elements in that. Yeah. Like, what are you talking about? I know that I was feeling some visceral horror watching it. So like,
yeah. And I was like,
also you saying yeah, but I thought you haven't seen that.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I'm agreeing with you.
I know, but I know that you're agreeing, but I'm like, can you really agree you haven't seen it yet? But I'm going to take it anyways. I'm not complaining. This does mean that you still need to watch it, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree that I need to watch it. It's just, you know.
Mm-hmm. I really like Black Swan, but I love ballet anyway. So, like, combining, like, some of the things that I love, I'm like, well, yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is not about Black Swan. I'm talking about.
Yeah, and also,
we
should talk a little bit more about white vampirism.
Yes, let's talk about it.
Oh my god.
Let's get into it because white vampirism. You know,
I was actually had an idea in my brain of what it was gonna be.
It was not that.
It was far more nuanced than I thought.
And I'm so glad because
there's another version of this movie that is less good because it was a very ham-fisted, like unsubtle commentary. Mm-hmm. But the layers of commentary in here, because of what they chose to do, so it makes the whole thing way more rich and interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know. Like, I feel like most of the, like, black vampire films that I've seen and, like, the turning of, like, a lot of these black vampires are usually at the hands of, like, white people, white vampires. And there's never a conversation about like this vampirism as like white violence and oppression. And I wish I would see more conversation around it, because that's literally what this is. Like it's and then this is very blatant, even though, you know, he tries to button it up. But like he's literally coming in, he's like, you should do things my way.
Yeah.
You have to die, and you have to die to, you know, be able to assimilate to my viewpoint. But like once you follow my path, then, you know, things are gonna be great. And I'm like,
interesting. Yeah.
That's extremely violent.
It's so violent.
It's extremely violent.
The way he turns them is another commentary on the violence of that assimilation, because like they got fucking huge holes in their necks and they're bleeding.
Gashes, yeah.
Yeah. The bite marks in this movie are gnarly.
I know. That is one thing I noticed. Like they didn't
like
keep it like
little,
keep it cute or anything like that.
Dots.
Yeah,
It's like fucking chomps.
I know. I'm like, damn. Like, why you gotta like
put all your teeth into it?
Like, why are you like gnawing at these people?
Yeah, like it's very violent, and I think there are a lot of parallels, I would say, between Remick and Mary in their, because like whiteness is a social construct,
Yeah,
and so at a certain point in time, Remick went up and considered white. The Irish then became white, so him trying to weasel and like exist in this nebulous space of being like an Irish person, and Mary trying to weasel in this like space, like nebulous space of being like having kind of distant black ancestry, but trying to pose themselves as being separate from the like institution of whiteness.
right.
But they are both
both white
for all intents and purposes.
Yes.
And something that's really interesting about Irish people as a presence in the United States is that they weren't initially white when they came to the United States, and they gained the status of whiteness, and one of the ways that they did that was by reinforcing white violence. There's a reason why a lot of cops are Irish. Like there's the stereotype of the Irish cop, because they joined the police force to carry out white institutional violence on black people. And that's what they did, and that's how they proved. So like one could argue that whiteness is defined by violence against black people.
Right.
And we kind of see this here where he's trying to be like, oh, you know, whatever. But like, look at his actions. Look at what he's literally doing.
Yeah.
Look at what he's literally done to this community.
You can say whatever, but like, what are you actually doing?
Yeah. And, you know, there's like these layers of colonialism where like he's technically a colonized person, but he's also carrying out the colonizing on these other people.
I heard this a long time ago for some other video. If you happen to for some reason hear this and you didn't know who made this point, but like I remember seeing someone mention in a video how like he uses like this American accent as well. And so like he also has like assimilated, and then now he's trying to enforce it on these other people. And the only time you like see him using like his own accent is when he's like singing his song and trying to make that connection to his culture, but he still can't quite get there, which is why he's still trying to, you know, get to Sammy.
Yeah, and I think the tragedy is that like there is a similar cultural aspect in Irish culture of turning to music as an escape from colonial violence. But he weaponizes that.
Yeah.
Because like even the song that he sings is rooted in that like sorrow. It's about a person trying to get to a funeral.
Yeah.
And that's sad. Yeah. But like, yeah, so it's there is that like there should be solidarity, but because white privilege is so what's the word? When you want it. Desirable.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was like, when you want it. I'm like,
yeah, like white privilege is so it's the word I'm looking for is like similar to like tantalizing. It's so like, ooh, you really want this thing, because it's like it's desirable because of what you can get when you have it.
I get what you're trying to say, but I feel like I don't know the word that you're trying to say. I can't think of it. But I feel like you explained it well without the word.
I was gonna say, like, white privilege is so like desirable as a way to gain power, and the power that it can afford you. That solidarity is often discarded. Like, there was a couple of movements of like Irish and Black solidarity because our struggle is very similar.
Yes.
Because especially like the Irish people in England, then what they were experiencing, they're like, oh, there's a couple of videos of like, I forget what it was called, but there was like an organization that was just like Irish and Black solidarity, like coalition. And that dissolved because like white privilege is so tempting.
And we see that
use.
time and time again, even with like, other like people of color, sometimes the solidarity is not there because of this trying to align with,
the proximity to whiteness.
Exactly. Or even like we saw here in the States very specifically, like working class white people, there is a chance to like align with Black folks, but they wanted to be able to be above someone.
Yeah.
And so they decided to shun that like solidarity that could have been had.
Yeah.
And lean towards the white violence.
And the thing is, at the end of the day, what does it get you?
Nothing. It doesn't benefit.
Yeah, it really doesn't benefit you. And it's that like that allure of that's the fucking word.
Allure.
Australian there. Allure.
Don't say that. Why did you say that?
Well, yeah, that allure of white privilege and whiteness and proximity to whiteness. Is just too tempting to hold on to solidarity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I had kind of expected it to be a lot more blunter of just like, we got some evil, racist white vampires who are kicking their way in and killing everybody.
But they gave us some like complexity.
It's also far more insidious what he ends up doing and how he ends up moving. Because I don't think he thinks he's racist.
He does. No, you can tell he doesn't. That's why he's so offended.
He's very much like, I don't see race.
And isn't that like so...
That's worse.
Yeah, it's so worse. But isn't that so like realistic for a lot of folks? A lot of people will deny being racist, but then like your actions say otherwise.
Yeah, that's why I have seen people like compare him to like the Interview with the Vampire show Lestat of like that like I don't see race.
I don't see race.
And then they like, perpetrate like racial violence.
Yeah.
Like even the speech where like Remix just like they tear down your communities. They won't let you have anything. It's so similar to like all those hats you wear, and none of them like
But then afterwards,
this primitive country has picked you clean.
Yes, but then afterwards, what are your actions? Like,
what do you do? How did you actually uplift these people? You didn't.
Yeah.
You just bound them in a different way.
Exactly.
In a way that benefits you specifically.
Exactly.
So yeah, I loved that. But yeah, and I didn't enjoy this other movie as much, but that Mark of Lilith movie that basically says all of that too.
Yeah.
But from like a feminist lesbian angle.
Yeah. It did. I don't know how I felt about that movie because I was like, on one hand, it did like she was very clear that like, okay, but you're dangerous to me though. Actually, when like the white vampire lady was like, you're a danger to me, and she's like, hello.
I mean, my feelings are that like the whole time I was watching this, I was like, this feels like a student dissertation, and at the end it was like made with a collar. I was like, oh, it was a student dissertation.
It was,
but thinking like this could have been an essay.
Yeah,
it didn't need to be a movie.
But like she still ended up with her at the end, so that's why I was like,
Yeah. So all that to say.
And then like there's like the cultural appropriation aspect as well. And the Pick Poor Robin Clean, that song is originally like a song by, I think I wrote this down actually. Okay, so like first of all, it was sang by Luke Jordan in 1927, and then it was sang by two guitarists in 1931. All these folks were Black.
Yeah.
And so then for him to come up with his little clan gang and and like sing it in such like this like really insidious scary way. I was like, oh gosh, 'cause I didn't know who had, to be honest, who sang that song beforehand.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is just such a scary song to come to like start singing to them, knowing that y'all are like vampires. I was like,
yeah,
I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. Meanwhile, Stag's over here bopping his head, and that's why you're the first twin.
Yeah. And I was like, he was like, oh, that's kind of
like, what do you
cut it out? Stop
it.
Yeah.
Cut the camera. But yeah, like even down to like the cultural appropriation and like using this very historically Black song and kind of erasing the cultural aspect from it coming in like that, like it just adds to it. Well, now the song's stuck in my head though. I was about to say singing
Me
it
too. Like silent in my head, it's just like
anyways, unfortunately they may have got me though. They may have got me to go outside.
When I remember we were watching the movie and the Rocky Road to Dublin played, you were like, this is kind of a bop.
Unfortunately, it is.
Yeah.
But do I have to go outside for it? Can I just like dance inside?
Just like,
Yeah, there's no problem, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No, we're good. I won't go outside then. I won't go outside. I'll just like dance in place and be like, y'all just kind of, they were like, can you stop?
Like, I don't know. Like, it's kind of good.
It's kind of catchy.
Yeah, it's got a really great beat to it.
Like, you know what? Actually, get the fuck out. Actually, you can go.
Yeah.
So, and then like going along with that, some of the notable people who kind of refuse to assimilate from the very beginning, like when you see Remick, who's being chased? Who's he being chased by? We have the Choctaw, like I don't know, are they like? They're basically like they come in like vampire hunters, which is like amazing.
But what I also think is really interesting is that they're one of the 3 cultures that are named at the beginning. So I'm like, my assumption is that because also Remick is wearing a wedding ring, that his wife did get killed when they tried to take one of the firekeepers.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. And they kicked his ass because he was like fucked up.
I mean, I don't know if he actually like, I don't know, did he already have a wife at that point or not? But either way, like,
I don't know. He's still wearing a wedding ring, and he's like, they got my wife.
Maybe.
And then he was alone, and he was like sizzling. I just assumed.
I mean, maybe. I don't know if I just don't know if like has he had a wife? I mean, that's not even important. The point is that he quite clearly he had started with them and was trying to like do the same thing that we see what he does with Sammy. And they were like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. You're like, get the fuck out of here. In fact, actually, we're on your ass.
Yeah. Start running.
And he did.
Yeah.
They're on him. And I love that. I do wish we like the thing about this movie is that on one hand, I want to know more about certain things, but also I feel like they revealed just enough so perfectly.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating.
I'm one of those people that I'm like, I think it's perfect. There should not be a prequel or sequel.
Right.
It was a perfect standalone movie.
And I agree, even though I do want to know more. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating.
But yeah, like you were saying, you have like the Choctaw people who, like you said, don't assimilate.
And then you have Annie as well, who like completely refuses. She very specifically tells Smokes, like, if they bite me, I don't want that to happen. I don't want to be disconnected from my culture. And she's one of the ones who is so in tune with her culture spiritually as well. She's like, and she sees the threat right away. Like she immediately is like, something's going on, and she noticed it from the very beginning. Yeah. From the moment they walk up, she's like, there's something off about them. I don't like it.
Yeah.
And I just think that 'cause she is so in tune with her culture, her ancestral spirituality, hoodoo, all of these things. She's so in tune with it, and so she's able to like spot the threat right away.
One thing I also
not marry them, but that's her family. She's a good person.
Yeah, one of the other things that I think is interesting about Annie, and I think in a way like lack of assimilation to a larger culture, but also like how connected she is to this community, is her mostly using just the plantation money. And when Smoke is just like, what about real you? What about like trying to give her like real money? Yes. And she's like, that's get your hands off my fucking money. And then when he's like, well, you can't spend anywhere else, so she goes, I'm not planning on going anywhere else.
Yes. That is a good point, because also what does them in basically is Mary going after that white man's money.
Yeah, because they were taking the plantation money because that's what the people had.
Yeah.
Like, that's all they have. That's all they have. That's all the money they have. They don't, they purposefully aren't given quote unquote real money. They're only given money that they can use in that town and with that company's stuff. So when they make such a big point when they're talking to Smoke that they're like, this is supposed to be for this community, which means we have to take this money because it's supposed to be for us and by us. And this is what they have. Like, this isn't like, they're like, this isn't Chicago.
Right.
You know, this is fucking Clarksdale, Mississippi.
Right.
They have wooden nickels and company dollars.
Right.
Like, that's what it is.
Right.
And like you said, the thing that does them in is trying to chase U.S. currency, the money that is from outside the community.
Yeah. Well, that's not like he had like those little gold.
Yeah, it turns out to be not real.
Yeah,
but they were like,
that's what they were chasing.
Yeah, this thing from out. Yeah.
Yeah.
This infiltration.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, these are community dollars, and then these other people are like, we have other money that we could give you, and then that's how they get. That's the weasel, the little like way to the foot in the door. Right,
and like, I guess like to go along with this, we already kind of talked about Sammy and his struggle with like religion. But like he's basically the main character, and I still
he is the main character.
He is the main character, but
he's not spoken. He's not
talked about only for his like voice, which is a beautiful voice. But like, there's not a lot of talk about him, and basically he's the one like straddling this line. Which side is he like going to kind of fall towards? Is like this whole discussion about assimilation or whatever. Like, is he going to fall to this side rather through the religion and like his father and like going ahead and doing what his father wants him to do? Is it going to be, following out with this like white vampire man who's like promising a bunch of shit, but like really it's just like for selfish reasons?
Yeah.
Is it going to even be letting Smoke, influence him to, do the safe thing and not really like follow what he wants to really do?
Yeah.
And so he's also while we have these very clear players who are kind of like on one side or the other, his story is basically him like figuring out which way he's gonna fall. And I think that's also why like at the end it's so emotional for me when he's like he makes that decision and he's like driving away. And I'm just like,
I also think it's really interesting that Smoke is trying to say like he's like, first off, I think you should stay here and be a preacher like your father, but if you're gonna go somewhere else, go to that other community. And I also think about the fact that the guitar that Sammy has is their father's guitar, and it also feels like, in my opinion, Smoke trying to bypass the evil that is inherently a part of that. The lineage that guitar comes from. It was his father's guitar, and they gave it to him, and now he's like, he kind of doesn't want him to go down the quote-unquote evil blues route. He's like, you can be saved. Not like I can't be saved anymore, but you still can if you go down this the proper path with this instrument that we've given you. But also the guitar ends up being the thing that saves Sammy, literally.
Yeah.
He uses it to fucking get Remick.
Yeah.
And I just love that image when he's driving away, clinging to the neck of the guitar, and there's like nothing else. It's such a great image. But yeah, it's like another element of that generational trauma of Smoke trying to save someone else from this legacy, because like they are blood related.
Yeah.
And I think he's trying to like...
Yeah, because, I mean, once again, he has taken it upon himself that he exists in this, like, protector role. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't care how he has to, like, do that.
Yeah, even, like, threatening to his head.
Even threatening him. He's like, it's my job to protect. So, like, if I have to threaten you to protect you, I'm going to do it. And it's just, God, they made me so crazy, to be honest.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's such a good movie. It's so crunchy. It's so like, there's so much to it. And honestly, it's one of those movies that you can talk about for a million years and still find new things.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there will be other things that I realize later down the line.
Yeah.
And once again, I really do love the characters so much. The way that we get so much like exposition at the front really did work so well, because you like really got to like get to know these characters and care about them and see like the complexities with them. And God, I love them. I love them so much.
Yeah. And
also, I did want to say one thing that's a little silly, but this movie was not as freaky as y'all think it is, though.
It's not.
Y'all are just baby freaks. I mean, I will say, you know, when she spat into
that was a little crazy.
That was a little crazy on screen, but you know, everything else, like, that was a baby time. But
yeah, I mean, not to sound like a pervert, but it's hard to have a movie that be sexy when no one takes their clothes off.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of nudity in this movie that's supposed to be freaky, you know.
Yeah, it was pretty baby time, but you know, I understand. Not all your other professionals. I mean, not that I'm anyways, cutting that out. But yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
love it.
Yeah, I think we chatted a good amount about this. There's so much to like talk about, and I'm sure there's some things that like I'm gonna be annoyed that I forgot to like mention. But it's fine. We just wanted to like, you know, have us like quick little chat. We are trying to keep these down to like an hour now instead of the 2 hours from before. So that's also part of it. Yeah. Try to keep it a little bit more condensed. So our next one, we're going to watch A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, I believe.
Yeah.
And I've seen it already, but I'm going to watch it again and have Jude watch it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. It's one of those movies that I keep saying, I gotta watch it, and then I just don't.
I really enjoy it. It's so like stylish, but it's just in a really interesting way, and I love it. Anyways, we're gonna watch that, and we will chat about it once again. And yeah, I guess that's really it. Thank you for listening in. Yeah. Thank you for listening in and joining us. Hope you join us for the next conversation. Mm-hmm. I guess we'll see you next time.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.